All right, here's just another short update on the work on the second floor. I'll give a bit of a pass around first. So, the full-on working on restoring the original woods floorboards now. The sub-floor structure and plywood is all installed for the two bathrooms, the main bath and the ensuite, and everything that was over here, tables, tools, and whatnot, either been put back into their happy homes or over here because I still need them for for future work. So the last video I had the structure, the sistering joists and the extra joists I put in to make it nice and strong. So this is 3/4 inch tongue and groove plywood, glued and screwed to that structure. Rough count was about 750 screws in that small area. So that is complete. So now the next task is this floor, the fun job of this floor. So some of the masking tape has been taken up, as you can tell. The rest of it still needs to come up. But so what needs to get done before I rent the sander and everything is mainly two things outside of sweeping and vacuuming. Is, you can see here all this debris. That is just the start, because Isaac has been working on pulling up the wood fill that they were putting in between the original wood flooring planks. I understand why they did it. I disagree, but I understand why. You know, they want the gaps filled and stuff. But the problem is that because the way the house was built with the beams roughly 3 feet apart, and this being softwood on top of it is means there's way too much flex between the beams, and so with that flex, the film cracks, and then it just looks ugly. So you're just better off not even doing it. Just it just cracks, and in this case, it sinks. I guess it dried or something, and it just sunk into the gap. Either way, it looks terrible. So you're better off just leaving the gap, accepting it. It's an old house. And this is just the way they built it 130 years ago. It just is. So, every single crack has to be cleaned out. So that'll take a while. And the other thing is that you can see where the original beams are, because they have, the boards butted up. So, the beam will go right along there. And at some point in time, which again I understand, I would have done it differently, but they screwed. It's really hard to see where they did, but you see there's one screw head there, and then there's one there, and then there's one there, on and on and on. I understand that because the boards probably either moved or squeaked, and so they screwed it in. I would have done it completely different. I would have, instead of putting in a screw right in the middle of the floorboard, I would have gone in through the side diagonally. Right here, it would have hid the screw better. Not 100%, but at least it would have made it not as visible as that, right in the center of the floorboard. Anyways, it is what it is. You can't get away around it. So I have to go through every single beam, and I'm pretty sure they screwed screws into every single beam. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, possibly 10 beams that I have to go and find every single screw and countersink them more than what they've done because I'm sanding down and I don't want to take the head off of the screws that are there. Countersink them a good 1/4 inch more, and part of the floor finishing then would be putting in wood putty into each of those nail heads, screw heads. So they, so it's flat. So the floor, you don't have all these holes like freaking machine gun holes in your floor. Pick putty that obviously is the same color as the stain I'm going to put down, and that's just part of the floor finishing technique. So bottom line is that there's still a lot of work, prep work to be done for this floor. Holy, look at that. Ugly. Yeah, so all that's going to get yanked out. And then, so when all that prep is done, then I rent the sander and away we go. 3 passes of the sand at increasing number of sand grit for smoothness, stain, clear coat. Oh, 2 coats of clear coat. And then from there, I start putting up interior walls. Alrighty, that's that.